So today we have seen a lot of information going on social media about a boat that was confiscated with illegal animals in St. Elizabeth. And one of the animals, which at first was said to be a tiger cub, escaped. And a lot of people were running up and down asking questions what we're going to do about a tiger cub. We later found out that it's not a tiger cub, it's an ocelot. Now, what a lot of people are not aware of, that the illegal trade in wildlife is a multi-billion US dollar affair, and some people estimate it to be up to 10 billion US dollars. And the next thing is, this animal, the ocelot that we are talking about, we were told that it is an appendix one of CITES. Now, CITES deal with the regulation of the trade of plants and animals, or what we put as wildlife. And why did it come in? It regulates the trade, so when you harvest the animal, it does not put it at extinction. Because if you do not have these regulations, people will over harvest and then you don't find the species. In this case, this ocelot was illegally removed from the forest and brought here, maybe for somebody to have as a pet. Now, there's a lot of things of concern here. First thing, if its number is low in a country and you go in and remove it illegally, what do you think will happen to the species in the long run? The number will fall, and it threatens the species of becoming extinct in its home country. Secondly, when species are coming into a country, like at our ports, we have laws and different regulation in regard to what is needed for the species to enter. So they check on the health of the animal in terms of, does it have any disease? Does it have any, stragglers on it, ticks, you name it, that might come on it? And some of these bring pathogens. These pathogens could be a risk to me and you, can be a risk to agriculture, you name it. So before an animal come in here, go through our ports legally, there's a number of checks has to be done. Now, when it come in illegally, somebody carry it on their yacht. Yes, people might carry on their yacht, or they carry on a small boat. It does not go through in a check. And animals like the ocelot, in its native range, you could have disease like rabies. We're lucky we don't have rabies in Jamaica. But the more illegal animals that are traded, it puts the risk. We heard about bird flu is going around. Bird flu don't only attack birds, but it attacks other animals. So there's a lot of pathogen out there. And when you illegally bring it to the country, you put yourself, you put your family, and you put other people at risk. Because you don't know which one of these animals have the disease. Now, people might be wondering, boy, Russell, when I talk up heap of nonsense, I don't think people are illegally traded animal. Ask yourself this question. There are certain cases where people have monkeys here. Where did the monkey come from? There are certain birds that you see going around in the underground market. Where did these birds come from? Certain lizards like the tegu, where did they come from? And even if you go into the dog world, some of the pit bulls, you hear a discussion going, some of this never come through legal in the country. So when you carrying these animals illegally, you put yourself and you put the people at risk. Another thing that also happen is some of the animals, when they are confiscated, it might be sad, but we have to put the animals down. So you have seen some birds that have been confiscated, they put it down because there's some disease. The risk of having the animal there, even some pathogens might not show up, and you have to do this thing of putting it down. So to the layman out there, it's wicked, but for everybody on our livestock, we have to put them down. I do not like people put us in that situation where we have to put down an innocent animal that we humans took from the wild because we want to have a pet show off or whatever, and now you have to put it down. So, in the case of the animals that in St. Elizabeth, in the case of the ocelot, if you find it, as what was said in the news, you can contact NEPA, contact the police, and you can reach out to some of the wildlife people that you know, if you're not comfortable. If you know people who are doing it, talk to them, and you can also report it. Just remember that these animals, they might look healthy to you, but some of them might be host of diseases, and you might be the unlucky one. So it's a big deal. And it's going on in a number of countries, the illegal trade of wildlife. And when we say wildlife, both plants and animals, people do trade. And why there is the scientists and a number of people talk about is the threat of some of the disease that these animals might carry. This disease might affect humans, it can affect some of the agricultural stuff, and it can also affect some of our own wildlife. So, bigger, do the right thing, and yeah, just please do the right thing. And if you see somebody with a pet monkey or any weird looking snake, you can, report it. All right. So that's why it's a big deal, because, for example, I don't want a pathogen come in and affect our wildlife. We have a lot of plants and animals that are endemic, meaning they're found nowhere else in the world than here. And when we keep on bringing in things without doing a check and balance, you put those at risk, and you also put the people at risk. So I'm going to do the thing. If you see the ocelot or any other wildlife, contact. As I said before, you can contact NEPA, or you can reach out to some of the wildlife people. Peace.